Hi everyone, welcome back to Forever in High School. It's me, Kirsten, if you're new here. I've been posting a lot about schools opening because that's what is occurring. I thought I'd change things up a bit with today's video. I am going to watch a video that I made a year ago that's titled My First Semester as a First-Year Teacher. I had just spent my fall semester in my first year, and this video is a reflection of what was going on and also what had occurred before. So I'm just gonna react to it. I guess you can call this a reaction video to my own video. Yeah, I haven't watched this video for a year. I'm wondering what I said, if I have any changes in my thinking. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So here we go.
Man, it's been a long 6 months, but I have been bumping into some people, and some of you have been asking, when's your next video? What happened to your vlog? And to be honest, that's part of the reason why I'm doing this vlog today. So what happened, you asked? Teaching happened. I don't even know where to start for this video because...
Okay, before I go even further, I hope that this doesn't happen again where I start the channel and then I'm on a hiatus for a month and then I never make a video for another 6 months. I'm hoping that won't happen. I'm keeping to a schedule, people. Can I also comment at how tired I look? I was so sad all the time. Yeah, let's just keep watching.
I guess I will talk about what happened in the past 6 months briefly. The start of the school year happened, right? And I just remember going into my classrooms, because I am a floater, I must remind you of that. Going into my classrooms, very excited, a little bit nervous because I was finally a full-time teacher on my own, but mostly the feeling was excitement. And I was like a bunny with a bushy tail and bright eyes. That was me the first couple of weeks, actually. And then I don't know when it started happening, but there was a point when I must have lost track with the kids. You have to have clear consequences. You have to have high expectations that are clear. So I thought my expectations were high. It was the same expectations that I had set during student teaching, and they seemed to work.
I know I said it in this video. I thought I had high expectations. I thought my expectations were clear, and they weren't. I just used the same process of coming up with expectations with the class. I only did it like that because my mentor at the time, that's how she did it, and it worked for her. I'm not saying that coming up with expectations as a class is a bad thing. I think that's a fantastic way to get your students to hold themselves accountable. I just did that because that was the only way I knew how to explain expectations. We went over it as a class, and then we kind of never covered it ever again. When students started acting up or they started to try to cross that line, I did nothing. I think I'm going to talk about it in this. I remember I say something.
I realized one of my classes out of the 3, this class is a class of 30, and not only that, but I realized that there were about maybe 4 or 5 kids that were trying to push the boundaries a little bit, trying to test me to see what I would do. And I didn't realize it at the time, but now that I look back on it, I made a lot of mistakes. I would let things slide. I would smile at the wrong times. I would laugh at the wrong times. I thought maybe if I have a good relationship with this kid, then, they would take it as a joke.
You hear this word a lot as a teacher. Relationships, right? And I truly did not understand what that meant until this past year, because this first year, in my warped way of thinking, for some reason, I was confusing relationships with having kids like you. And I was talking about how I had 30 kids in that class. It does not matter if it's a class of 30, a class of 10, a class of 18. If you are truly, truly there for the kids, everything you say, everything you do is for the student's success and not for your own personal gain or ego, it really shouldn't matter how many kids are in the room. I'm not saying that 30 kids is acceptable, but there's research that backs that up. However, if I were to go back in time, I'd run things very differently. And there were other factors that made it difficult. Like, I was a floater, so that was definitely something that did not help my first year. Let's keep going.
But I'm just going to be honest. I just remember I felt scared. I felt so scared that the kids wouldn't like me. I felt like maybe I was being too strict or too tough or whatever. And now that I think about it, it's ridiculous. There would be a fight, or I had to call security a couple of times. I had the thought of quitting. It came into my mind, I'm not going to lie.
I was so close to quitting, and I felt like a failure, and I felt really stupid. And everybody says their first year is really hard. Some teachers say your first 5 years is hard. Some teachers say your entire teaching career is hard. I believe all of them. I was one of those few that really felt like I was a failure.
That's what really screwed me up too in my mind, was listening to a bunch of these teachers telling me, oh, you should do this, or you shouldn't have done that. And that hurt my soul even more.
I'm not saying that you should just ignore what other teachers are advising you to do. I think the main problem with me when I went into my first year, I did not realize that I had not known who I was, if that makes sense. Like, as a teacher, I relied so much on my mentor teacher during student teaching that I really did not learn as much as I thought I had. And so when I went in on my own, I got messed up. I had no one to really rely on. I kind of just had to use my own intuition, which clearly my first year I did not have a lot. Of course, it takes time. It takes time to develop that knowledge of how to run your class and all that, how to literally think on your feet within a millisecond on like what to do next for this problem. I've learned a lot since then.
Think about what's best for the kids, not about if they like you or not. I had to learn that the hard way. I'm just thinking about how it was the past couple of months and some horrible experiences that I've had. I have this like fire in me now that I never thought I had 6 months ago. And it's because of these experiences. I'm very hopeful. And I guess, it's been about 10 minutes, right? So I guess I'll stop this video and then maybe...
Yeah, I'll just stop there. I truly believe that if my first year wasn't as horrible as I remember it to be, that I would probably still be making the same mistakes. I'm grateful to those freshmen who are now going to be juniors. They're going to be juniors. The few freshmen that I thought hated me or hated the class, whenever I see them in the halls, they smile or they're the first ones to greet me now. It's just funny how it works. Anyone have similar experiences with their first year of teaching? Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I will talk to you later. Bye.